For example, 0.1 molar NaCl, 0.1 molar glucose, 0.1 molar K2SO4 and 0.1 molar aluminum sulfate. For example, these are the options given in the question. And now question is, which of the following solution has highest boiling point, right? Okay. Now delta TB, this is elevation in boiling point, is directly proportional to molality of the solution. Right? Okay. Now molality is number of moles of solute by volume or weight of the solvent in kg. So here almost all are having same concentration. 0.1 mole NaCl dissolved in 1 liter. 0.1 mole glucose dissolved in 1 liter. 0.1 mole K2SO4 dissolved in 1 liter. 0.1 mole aluminum sulfate dissolved in 1 liter, right? So instead of, I will explain later, treat them as molality only. Same concentration term. Now, weight of the solvent in all these cases also same, right? Now, M is molality is directly proportional to number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute, right? Okay. So delta TB is number of moles of solute, number of moles of particles. Now, see, NaCl ionize as Na plus and Cl minus in the solution. NaCl ionize as Na plus and Cl minus in the solution. So if it is a 0.1 mole, then total number of particles in the solution are 0.2 mole particle. 0.2 0.2 mole particles are present in the solution. Next, glucose. It does not ionize in the solution. So same number of particles will exist. K2SO4 ionize as 2K plus SO4 2 minus. This is if 0.1 mole, this is 0.2, this is 0.1. Total number of particles in the solution is 0.3 mole. Now, Al2SO4 thrice ionize as 2Al3 plus 3SO4 2 minus. If this is 0.1 mole, you will get this 0.2, this is 0.3, that is equal to 0.5 mole. So delta TB is directly proportional to number of moles of particles. So I am removing this. See here, delta TB is proportional to number of moles of particles in the solution. What is delta TB? Elevation in boiling point. TB of solution minus TB naught, because whenever non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is dissolved in the pure solvent, its boiling point increases. That is called elevation in boiling point. So that is proportional to N. Now, TB minus TB naught increases. As N increases, delta TB increases. So, TB naught remains constant. TB naught remains constant. TB naught remains constant. So, to increase delta TB value, TB value increases. So, therefore, boiling point of solution increases with increase in number of particles. So, remember this. More the particles, more the number of moles of particles, higher the boiling point. So, answer D answer. Now, for the same options, see which of the following solution has least vapor pressure, lowest vapor pressure. Now, delta P, this is lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure. P0 minus Ps is directly proportional to number of moles of solute. See, P0 is constant. This is vapor pressure of pure solvent. P0 is constant. So, as N increases, delta P increase, P0 minus Ps increase. But there is no change in P0 because it is constant at a given temperature. To increase this, P0 minus Ps value increases because P0 is constant and Ps value decreases. Means vapor pressure of the solution decreases. As number of particles of solute, as number of particles of solute increases, delta P increase, P0 minus Ps increase. So therefore Ps decreases, vapor pressure of the solution decreases. Now remember, lesser the vapor pressure, higher the boiling point. See, already we discussed, this is having high boiling point. So therefore it possesses low vapor pressure. See, from this discussion also the same, right? As number of particles increases, vapor pressure of the solution decreases. Clear? Is very, very important. You have to check the solute is undergoing whether dissociation or association or neither association nor dissociation. You note down separately how many particles exist in the solution. Basing on the number of particles present in the solution, number of particles of solute present in the solution, then you decide the answer. Remember, as number of moles of solute increases, as number of particles of solute increases, remember, colligative property increases. I will explain you later also. Depression in the freezing point. Depression in the freezing point represented by delta TF. What is the freezing point? See, for example, a sample of liquid is present in the container. Already you know, whatever may be the solvent forms vapor. And already you know vapor pressure increases with increase in temperature and it is exponential increase. Okay, right. Suppose if you decrease the temperature of the liquid also, vapor pressure decreases, but decrease is exponential, is it not? So, if it is cooled, on cooling, vapor pressure decreases and number of vapor molecules also decreases, because vapor pressure decreasing means number of collisions per unit area decreases. Number of collisions per unit area decreasing means what? Number of molecules in the vapor state also decreases. Slowly, the vapor molecules are converted into liquid. On further cooling, what will happen? Then liquid changes its physical state and converts into the solid state. Now, at freezing point of liquid or melting point of solid, okay, both the phases exist. Both the phases exist. Both the phases exist and both the phases are in equilibrium. At this equilibrium, vapor pressure of liquid and vapor pressure of solid are same. So already you know vapor pressure exhibited by solid substance is negligible and it's minimum. Okay. So what is the freezing point? It is nothing but the temperature at which the liquid and solid, means matter is same only, but matter exists in both the phases, liquid phase and solid phase. So as you cool the liquid, slowly its vapor pressure decreases. Okay, and means vapor is converting into the liquid state, and slowly liquid changes into solid phase. So at one stage, liquid and solid both will exist. So the temperature at which liquid and solid both the physical states of matter exist, and the vapor pressure of liquid and vapor pressure of solid are same, then it is said to be liquid and solid phases are in equilibrium state. So at that stage, the temperature at which liquid and solid has same vapor pressure is known as freezing point of the liquid and melting point of the solid. Right? Okay. So whenever a non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is dissolved in pure solvent, decreases. Whenever a non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is dissolved in pure solvent, its vapor pressure decreases. And therefore, the temperature at which liquid vapor pressure and solid vapor pressure is same also decrease. Now this is known as depression in freezing point, and it is represented by delta TF, and delta TF is equal to TF naught minus TF. TF naught is freezing point of pure solvent. TF is freezing point of solution having non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute. So this curve represents the vapor pressure of pure solvent, and vapor pressure is taken on y-axis and temperature is on x-axis. So as we cool, as temperature of the liquid decreases and its vapor pressure decreases, at certain stage, solid also exists. It changes into solid state, solid also exists, and The vapor pressure shown by solid is negligible and it is almost constant, like this. So here liquid and solid are in equilibrium position. Now, suppose if at the same temperature, if small amount of non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is dissolved, its vapor pressure decreases, right? And again, solution is cooled, then at this point, the vapor pressure of the solution and the vapor pressure of the solid both are same. This is vapor freezing point of pure solvent, and this is freezing point of solution. Tf naught is greater than Tf. So difference between Tf naught minus Tf is called depression in freezing point. Clear? Now, according to Raoult's law, delta Tf is proportional to molality of the solution. So delta Tf is equal to a proportionality constant Kf into m, molality of the solution, where Kf is called molar depression constant. Molar depression constant, right? Okay. Kf is not universal constant. So each solvent every solvent has its own Kf value. Value of Kf obtained from thermodynamics. Kf is equal to RT naught F square by 1000 LF. R is universal gas constant. Tf naught is freezing point of pure solvent, and LF is latent heat of fusion. Now, what is latent heat of fusion? It is the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 gram of solid into liquid. Now, what are the units of Kf? Kf is equal to delta Tf by m. It is Kelvin and this is mole per kg. So therefore, Kf units are Kelvin kg per mole. Now, how will you define this? Suppose if molality of the solution is 1 mole per kg, then Kf is equal to delta Tf. So therefore, Kf is depression in freezing point causes by 1 mole solution. This is definition for Kf, right? Now, in +1 thermochemistry topic, we studied heat of fusion or enthalpy of fusion. Delta Hf naught. So what is meant by enthalpy of fusion? It is the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 mole of a solid into liquid. It is the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 mole or 1 gram molecular weight, 1 gram molecular weight of solid into liquid. So what is the relationship between latent heat of fusion and enthalpy of fusion? Latent heat of fusion is heat per gram of the solid. This is for 1 gram of the solid. Now, what is enthalpy of fusion? It is heat energy required per 1 gram molecular weight of the solid. Clear? So, therefore, delta HF naught is equal to LF into gram molecular weight of the liquid. This is represented by MA, molecular weight of pure solvent. Kf equal to RTF naught square by 1000 into LF. What is LF? LF equal to delta HF naught by gram molecular weight of the solvent. So delta HF naught by molecular weight of the solvent. Therefore, Kf equal to RTF naught MA by 1000 into delta HF naught. So R is gas constant. If gas constant is taken in calories, delta HF naught must be in calories. If it is in kilocalories, then HF naught will be in kilocalories. Suppose if R value is taken in kilojoules, HF naught must be in kilojoules per mole. So if you substitute R value, which is a constant, TF naught for a given solvent, this is also a constant. Enthalpy of fusion never change because standard enthalpy of fusion. So we will get Kf value. If you substitute all these values, you will get Kf value, and you know Kf is expressed in Kelvin kg per mole. Right? Now, molality of the solution, weight of the solute by gram molecular weight of the solute into 1000 by weight of the solvent. See, delta TB formula also the same, right? Instead of Kf, Kb is there. Wb by Mb into 1000 by Wa, delta TB, right? P0 minus Ps by P0 is equal to Xb. P0 minus Ps by P0 is equal to simplified Rolle's equation, weight of solute by molecular weight of the solute into molecular weight of the solvent by weight of the solvent. So you remember these, right? Write down the question. Pure benzene boils at 80 degrees Celsius. So that means boiling point of benzene is 80 degrees Celsius. The boiling point of a solution containing 1 gram of a substance dissolved in 83.4 grams of benzene is 80.175 degrees Celsius. If the latent heat of vaporization of benzene is 94 calorie per gram, calculate the molecular weight of the solute. So benzene boiling point is given, TB naught is given, that is 80 degrees Celsius, and weight of the solute, that is 1 gram. Molecular weight of the solute we have to find out, and benzene molecular weight is 78, and weight of the solvent is 83.4 grams. Now, pure benzene boils at 80 degrees Celsius, but if 1 gram of the solute is dissolved in the benzene, then boiling point of solution is 80.175 degrees Celsius. So we have to find the molecular weight of the solute. So to calculate this, we need a Kb value. Kb of solvent not given, but information is given. LV, latent heat of vaporization, is given, that is 94 calorie per gram. So therefore, you take R value into R value. What is the formula? First formula, RT naught square by 1000 LV. So Kb is equal to, take R value in kilocalories, 2 into 10 power minus 3. T0, benzene boiling point 80 degrees Celsius. 80 plus 273, 80 plus 273, 353 Kelvin. So 353 into 353 by 1000. Latent heat of vaporization 94 calories. So therefore 94 into 10 power minus 3. Now delta TB is 80.175 minus 80 is equal to 0.175. So delta TB is equal to Kb into WB, weight of the solute, molecular weight of the solute, into 1000 by weight of the solvent in grams. So this is 0.175 Kb value. 2 into 10 power minus 3, 353 into 353 by 1000 into 94 into 10 power minus 3. Weight of the solute is 1 gram. Molecular weight of the solute is, we don't know, into 1000 by weight of the solvent. Weight of the solvent, how much? It is 83.4. So from this you calculate molecular weight of the solute. A solution containing 0.5216 grams of naphthalene molecular weight 128.16 in 50 ml of CCl4 carbon tetrachloride yields on boiling an elevation of 0.402 degrees Celsius, while a solution of 0.6216 grams of an unknown solute in same weight of solvent gives a boiling point elevation of 0.647 degrees Celsius. Find the molecular weight of unknown solute. This is the question. A solution containing 0.5216 grams of naphthalene in 50 ml of CCl4 yields an elevation in boiling point of 0.402 degrees Celsius. So, in both the cases, see, while a solution of 0.6216 grams of an unknown solute in same weight of solvent gives a boiling point elevation of 0.647 degrees Celsius. Find the molecular weight of the unknown solute. So actually we have to take weight of solvent, but in case of both the cases, they used 50 ml of carbon tetrachloride. Same volume of carbon tetrachloride, same density of carbon tetrachloride. Therefore, weight of the solvent in both the cases is same. See, delta TB is equal to Kb into weight of the solute by molecular weight of the solute into 1000 by weight of the solvent. So, in case of carbon tetrachloride, Kb value is same. Carbon in both the cases, carbon tetrachloride is the solvent. Therefore, Kb is same. Next, 1000 is a constant, and the weight of the solvent is also constant. So, therefore, delta Tb is proportional to weight of the solute by molecular weight of the solute. So, delta Tb by, see, delta Tb is proportional to weight of the solute by molecular weight of the solute. So, delta Tb by delta Tb of unknown solute, X I am writing, is equal to Wb by Mb into Mb by Wb of X. So, delta Tb in case of naphthalene, it is 0.402. What is the elevation boiling point in case of unknown solute? 0.6216. Now, weight of the solute 0.5216, right? By molecular weight of the solute, naphthalene, it is given 128.16 into molecular weight of the unknown solute by weight of unknown solute 0.6216. Here I did mistake. 0.6216 is the weight of the solute, right? So elevation boiling point is 0.647. Now we got this. Then from this equation you find molecular weight of the solute. Clear? This is the question on lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure due to a solute in 1 molar aqueous solution is 1 molar aqueous solution at 100 degrees Celsius, this is important, is dash mm of mercury. Lowering of vapor pressure means P0 minus P, which is equal to delta P. Lowering of vapor pressure due to a solute in 1 molar aqueous solution at 100 degrees Celsius. See, according to Raoult's law, P0 minus P by P0 is equal to XB. Number of moles of solute by total number of moles in solution. Right? Okay. Next. 100 degrees Celsius is boiling point of the solvent. Boiling point of water. Already know. At boiling point, the vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to atmospheric pressure. At boiling point of liquid, vapor pressure of liquid is equal to atmospheric pressure. This we studied. Now, so at 100 degrees Celsius, P0 is 760 mm of mercury. So P0 minus P we have to find out. P0 is 760. Mole fraction of the solute. 1 molar solution. 1 molar solution means 1 mole solute is dissolved in 1 kg of solvent. Here solvent is water. So 1 mole solute is in 1000 grams by 18, that is 55.55 mole solvent. So therefore, number of moles of solute is 1, number of moles of solvent is 55.55, and total number of moles is 55.55 plus 1.0, 56.55. So XB is nothing but NB by N total. Number of moles of solute by total number of moles in solution. So P0 minus P is equal to 760 into, so this is delta P, right, into NB1 by 56.55. Then you will simplify this fraction, then you will get some value in mm of mercury. Clear?